and I'm going to show you guys my mobile install, and I'd like to see your guys' installs. I always find it interesting because I don't care if it's a mess and a bucket of spaghetti on your seat. I always find them interesting because mobiles are a little bit challenging. Um, so my mobile install, I can do, if I'm talking to an equally set up mobile, about 20 miles in this area, mobile to mobile. Obviously, terrain, base stations, it varies, but it's about what I'm getting. That's pretty good in my opinion for ground wave. Of course, DX I do just fine. But anyway, so I hook directly to the battery, and I use a piece of cable I salvaged from the e-waste bin at work. And it's right there with that. I can't touch it, but that white tie wrap, you can see it's jacketed, and that goes down along the frame. And of course, I have a fuse, and that comes down along here under the truck. And I'm not going to crawl on the ground, but there is a plug under here, under the side of the cab. Let's see, I might be able to get my phone down there. You could see it. I don't know. I think there it is right there. I'm trying to do this blind. I'm not sure. There, oh yeah, there's the cable there. And it goes up into the truck, and I got some goop there to seal the hole. Before I go to the inside of the vehicle, I went with a Wilson 1000 that is center mounted in the roof and drilled through. And the only thing I did on my Wilson 1000 is I painted it black. When I worked in commercial communications, black antennas are less visible at a distance. That's my 2-meter antenna. If you, oh man, it's wet out. You kind of stand back, that antenna doesn't become as visible. Not that I'm not worried about it. But anyways, let me pause this and I'll show you where the cable comes in. So without tearing my truck apart, the cable comes in back over here. This is the antenna where it's all, snaked through here, comes down in here. And then I took all this stuff out so I could come up with the power lead. And then I use this thing. It is a wind shutdown timer. So my radio is hooked to the battery hot all the time. What this does is that when it senses voltage rise, it waits for it to stabilize, and then it engages all my radios automatically. And it's supposed to be, it's supposed to protect your radio equipment. So once it senses that the voltage is stabilized, you'll hear it pop and click. When you turn the truck off and it detects a voltage drop, there's a timer on it. I have it set for 15 minutes. All my radios automatically turn off. You could set that, I think, up to 10 hours. Or maybe it's 1 hour. I can't quite read it. When I go to pull in on it, actually it says 18 hours. 12 minutes to 18 hours. I have it set for like 15 minutes. So, let me pause it again. The cables now run under the center of the transmission tunnel. And this is a Workman, you can call it like a tunnel mount. That's my 2-meter radio. Of course, up in here in Maine, public safety is on VHS. VHF, VHS. This is just basically a 2-meter radio and a scanner for me. All the radio equipment, you can see where my wires come up here, are attached to this box. So I put just enough slack in this that all I do is reach behind my CB, disconnect the coax, and this slides out onto the floor. All the radios are attached to that, and this is like literally like, it's physically attached to the box, but there's just enough friction that this all slides in nice and doesn't move. It's nice, tight, and secure. The other thing too that I like about it is the ginormous cup holders. Those come in handy. Now the only thing I did to this is I took out the factory speaker that came with it, and as you can see, it doesn't quite fit right, but I didn't care. I put a West Mountain DSP speaker in here. This totally, and I know some CBs are coming with this built in from the factory. this transforms your receiving experience greatly. These stupid things are like 200 some odd bucks. I got it used for like 50. Well worth it. Well worth it. Really makes a big difference when you're talking locals at a distance on cutting out all the hash and trash. So anyways, this is the radio setup here. And I'll get to the controversial topic for some people next. So anyways, this is just the Motorola radio. I am using the Rode Devil mic. I know some people hate these things. I tried a lot of different mics in the mobile. I get the best reports out of this. I run it about 75% and it works with my voice. I don't have any problems with it. Like I said, I know people really hate these things. Some people do. But like I said, I tried a shitload of mics and that one sounded the best in the mobile. So that's it. Nothing crazy on this, just it's just tuned to spec. Um, I have no complaints to the radio. I think this greatly transforms the receiving experience. I should probably get the key and show you what happens when I start the truck. I'll do that next. Let me pause this. So here we are inside the cab of the vehicle. I'll show you how this works here when I go to start the truck. So when you get ready to start the truck, you notice the key's on and nothing's happening. Let's start the truck. Truck is started. Relay kicks on. And the Motorola takes a second to boot up. But anyways, mute the radio. I got the squelch down right now. I have the DSP is adjustable. So if you decided you didn't like the DSP for whatever reason, I run it at about 75%. You can totally... That's just a straight amplified speaker right there. Now watch this. See how that makes a huge difference. Try hearing someone in the edge of your receiver with that. Now, I'm telling you guys, if I think I got videos where I've done it before, little short ones. But anyways, my radio's set all the way down, RF out. Now this, like I said, might be controversial for some of you guys. I'm doing 1 watt out of my radio, and I'll show my amp next. Oh, and when I turn the truck off, this will stay on for about 15 minutes and then just go, relay will kick out. And if it detects, if the voltage gets too low, it'll also cut out. I forget what the voltage is, but it protects your battery so it'll start. So if I get like hammering, talking with the truck off, it'll just cut it. It's got a low voltage disconnect. Let me show you where the amp is. So my amp is a KL7505 mounted under my seat. It's a little hard to see. It just barely fits there. And I'm not going to pull it out to show you guys, but there it is. I got a little ferrite back there and an Anderson. Of course, everything's all fused. And I hit that with about 1 watt, maybe a little less, and I'm getting about a 75 watt dead key. And I just let that thing swing for the fences with the audio. And like I said, if I'm talking to another station that's equally set up, it works great. Me personally, you could go with a bigger amp, but the juice just isn't worth the squeeze, in my opinion. To go up to like an 8 pill or bigger, with the wiring, you're just not going to see those gains. But when you're doing about 100 watt dead key in the mobile, you're doing pretty good. I mean, I don't know what more you could expect in this area. If I lived in an area where I'm talking across large valleys, I'd probably get more range. But in Maine, the way the terrain is here, if I was up on a big hill, sure, I get more. But just where I live, 20 miles, it's pretty good mobile to mobile. I could talk to guys down in Portland. Now they're not blowing me out of the water with signal, but I can talk to them. So anyways, that's my mobile install. So I want to see your guys' mobile install. Even if it's just pictures, you don't have to do a video. I just felt like doing a video. And, so get out there, start networking, start getting on the radio, start making things happen. People will start showing up. Anyways, you can see my radio's still on there. It'll kick out in just a minute. Oh, and I will show you one other thing. I did do a ground strap on my radio. This is just a strain relief so that when I'm pulling on the mic cord, it's pulling there and not on the connector. I did that because I was having some issues with some RF, and that seemed to clean it up a little bit. A little piece of scrap laying around, and I connected something metal behind the dashboard. So that's it, and works good. Doesn't take up any space. I'm never gonna seat anyone here in the middle. That's just not gonna happen. And that's nice and easy to get to. It's out of the way. Um, I don't know, could have done something. I've seen people put them up in the ceiling, but yeah, I want to see what you guys have. I think it'd be fun. I don't care, like I said, even if it's a goddamn mess, let's just see it. Radio Man out.